call the Honourable Member Maggie Barry.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I rise to speak to the Local Government Act 2002 Amendment Bill number 3 at its third reading. As the previous speaker noted, this is a bill that is going to improve housing affordability through the changes made to the development contribution. So there have been a number of changes that had occurred through the select committee process. We, as a government, want people to be able to afford to buy houses. We needed to be able to make sure that the development contributions were fair and no higher than they actually need to be, nor do we want the local authorities unable to invest in the sort of infrastructure that's going to help our communities grow. So, as part of the Select Committee recommendations, a transitional clause was added to allow councils to continue to collect development contributions for community infrastructure that's already been built or is currently under construction. And that makes a lot of sense, I think. When you look at the provisions that this bill includes, extending the local boards model outside Auckland is one that is needing some careful examination. Under the model that we've got currently, local boards share governance with the council's governing body. Now, the first phase of the local government reform, we allowed the local boards model to be copied, but only when the population was over a certain level of more than 400,000 people. That was what was proposed in the reorganisation. But the bill that we're debating now will allow local boards to be an option during proposed organisation, and that will be both part of a unitary authority, if that's what's required, or also as a part of existing authorities, if that is deemed to be the better outcome. So whether to have local boards or not will be able to be determined on a case-by-case basis by the Local Government Commission, and that will be very much in consultation with local communities. This bill is going to encourage much greater collaboration and also shared services between the local authorities, which I think is a very good thing as well. It's going to allow easier transferal of responsibilities from the territorial authorities through to the regional councils as well. So, as with much of our legislation, much of the program that we've put in place in this past term, it's about better consultation, better decision-making and better planning overall. So this is a bill that will give councils more flexibility and also more clarity about how and when to consult. So the current law doesn't really allow very much scope for flexibility. It makes it quite hard, actually, for councils to tailor their consultation so that it's proportionate with the matter being considered, and most requirements to use the special consultative procedure are going to be removed. So we're getting rid of some of the barriers that councils and local communities will need to make the best decisions for their future, for their community. The bill also, I'm relieved to see, provides a new plain English consultation document for long-term and annual plans. A number of my constituents have come to me and said part of the problem they feel in making submissions on Auckland's unitary plan is that it's buried under a wodge of enormous sort of fluff and highfalutin language, which doesn't actually mean very much and needs to be translated. So I think going for a new plain English consultation document has got to be a good thing. Councils aren't going to be bogged down either in needing to consult on detailed draft plans containing a lot of technical material. Instead, the long-term consultation will focus on major issues and major choices. So this is a bill that will improve development contributions regime because it's going to be clarifying and narrowing the range of infrastructure that can be financed by development contributions, and it will also at the same time provide greater transparency of development contributions policies, and also allowing that greater private provision of infrastructure through the use of development agreements. So all in all, this is a very tidy piece of legislation that's going to make it a lot easier for individual councils to make informed decisions that their communities would like to see them make for the future of those communities. So I commend it to the House, the Local Government Act 2002 Amendment Bill. Thank you.
Mr Speaker.
I recognise the Honourable Member Jacinda Ardern.